everyone, it's Affi, and today I am here to announce the Afterathon. This is a historical romance readathon that has been put on by Crystal over at Books Forever After, and it's basically just going to be a really fun, kind of points-driven, team-driven readathon. So I just want to go over the details a little bit with you. I am going to be co-hosting one of the teams, and I just think this is really exciting. It's my first readathon, and I hope that some of you will join in. It sounds like it's going to be really great. This readathon begins May 1st and goes through May 25th. There'll be a live show on the 1st of May and then another live show on the 25th for the end of the readathon. Let me get into some of the details for you. So this year the readathon will be split between 4 teams. There will be 2 co-hosts for every team. The first team is the Cinderella team, which is my team. I will be co-hosting this team with Daphne over at Being Daphne. The second team is the Governess team. This will be hosted by Hope of Hope Volm and Amber of Amber Reads Romance. The third team is the Pirate team. This will be hosted by April from Happily Ever April and Monika of Pardon This Book Addict. And then the fourth team will be hosted by B from Mama Needs to Read Romance and Tara of Tara Talk Books, and that is the Time Traveler team. So we've got these 4 teams, we've got 2 co-hosts for every single team, and it's gonna be so much fun. I am rooting for the Cinderella team, of course. Each team has a character, a subgenre, and 2 team tropes, and you get points for each of these. I will talk about the points later, but for the Cinderella team, obviously Cinderella is the character. The subgenre is a fairy tale retelling, and then the 2 team tropes are class difference and masquerade ball. For the Governess, obviously Governess is the character. The subgenre is gothic or dark romance, and the team tropes are forbidden love and second chance. For the Pirate team, obviously the character is a pirate, and the subgenre is pirate romance. The team tropes are forced proximity and hidden identity. And then for the Traveler, which obviously the character is a traveler, it is subgenre time travel romance, and the team tropes are friends to lovers and soulmates. So I just want to go over a quick overview of all the details for the readathon. Like I mentioned earlier, it's from May 1st to the 25th. You are not required to read historical romance, but you do get the majority of your points if you read historical romance. So you get the most amount of points if the books that you read are historical romance, but you can read any genre of books that you want. So as far as what do you win, depending on what team wins, you get bragging rights, which who doesn't love bragging rights? There will be 3 winners for a giveaway, and 2 of the giveaways are hardcovers, and then the third giveaway is kind of a curated group of books that Crystal will be putting together. So this is points based, and there will be weekly challenges which will be created by Crystal, and those will be announced, I believe, every Monday. So keep an eye out on that. And then if you do complete the challenges, they need to be accounted for by Saturday, like 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So there's a place to go and basically put down that you've completed the challenge so that you can get your points for it. This is very Discord heavy, so if you do want to join in on the readathon, you'll want to join the Discord. It's not required to join the Discord, but a lot of things are going to be announced on the Discord. It's going to be a place just to have fun and chit chat with everyone about how they're doing with the Readathon. So I think it's a good idea to join the Discord. All of the challenges will be mentioned there. All of the live shows will be mentioned there. So I think it's a good idea to join the Discord. There will be, as I said, some live shows. There'll be reading sprints. May 1st, I think I mentioned, is going to be the first live show on Crystal's channel. And then on the 25th will be the final show, also on Crystal's channel. And I believe she said that both of these would be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I don't remember 100% for sure. You can join the Readathon at any time. You don't have to start at the beginning of May. If you decide like on the 10th of May that you want to join, you can do that. There's no specific dates or requirements or anything like that. You can join in at any time. I'm going to leave links down below for the sign up form, the Google Drive, the Discord, and also the live show calendars. I will also leave links for all the co-hosts that will be part of the Readathon. So just look for all of that information in the description box below. And then also there will be a book tracker when the Readathon starts. But you can always post your TBR and all your information to Instagram if you have an Instagram. There are templates that you can use to show kind of what you're going to be reading, and you can post all of that to Instagram if you want to. It's not a requirement. So the few instructions of things that you need to do to join in on this Readathon, the first thing you need to do is pick your team. So which team do you want to join in on? Do you want to be part of the Cinderella team, the Governess team, the Pirate team, or the Time Traveler team? You basically just pick your team. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is that you're going to want to sign up for your team on the Google sign up sheet, which I will be linking below. Step 3, read. Just enjoy reading. That's the most important part of this Readathon, is the reading. You'll also want to join the Discord. Like I said, it's not a requirement to join the Discord, but it's where all the fun is going to be happening. It's where all the announcements will be made. And so I think joining the Discord will be very, very beneficial. You'll also want to subscribe and follow all the co-hosts. I already am subscribed to everyone. I think also if you're interested in joining in on the reading sprints and on the live shows, making sure that you are not only subscribed but have checked the notification bell, I think it is, on everybody's channel. That way when there are shows coming up, you'll be alerted to that. There will be a book tracker, and you'll want to log your reading on the book tracker. I think every week you go in and you log your reading on the book tracker. And then the last thing is just to join in on the weekly challenges. You get additional points if you join in for the weekly challenges. I don't know how many. It'll probably be announced at the beginning of each week, but I think that's a great way to get additional points and just have more fun aspects to the Readathon. So those are all the instructions. The main and most important thing is to join and to read and have fun. So the last thing I want to go over is the points. Depending on what types of books you read, how many pages you read, whether you read some of the tropes or the subgenres, all of those things get you points added, and everybody's points are kind of added up together at the end of the Readathon, and whichever team has the most points is the team that's going to win. So it's pretty simple and straightforward with that. But I will really quickly go over the point system. So the first thing is that you get 1-to-1 points on the pages that you read. This includes DNFs, so even if you don't finish a book, you still get points for how many pages you read. You won't get points for anything else, so even if you read like a Cinderella story, usually you would get points for reading that character, but if you didn't finish the book, you don't get the character points, you only get the points for reading those specific pages that you read. You also get 300 points for reading historical romance. Like I said earlier, it's not required that you read historical romance, but you do get those 300 points if you read historical romance. And I personally will be reading only historical romance, so I feel like I'm already winning straight out the gate based off of that alone. You also get 150 points for your team character. So when the heroine is the team character, example, Cinderella, a governess, a pirate, or a time traveler, you get 150 points for that. That is specifically for heterosexual couples. If you are reading a LGBTQIA plus book, then it doesn't matter. It's either or characters. 100 points is for the team subgenre. So for that, for Cinderella, it would be the fairy tale retelling. For the governess, it would be a dark or gothic romance. For the traveler, it would be a time travel romance. And for the pirate one, it would be any type of pirate at sea or just book that is at sea based. And then you get 50 points if you read a book that's a romance but is not a historical romance. And you don't get an additional 50 points if you're already reading a historical romance. You only get the 300 points. You don't get the 300 plus the 50 for romance. Like, you only get 300 if it's historical romance, and you get 50 if it's just a romance. So you'll also get 50 points if you read a BIPOC author and or BIPOC rep book. So either the characters are BIPOC or the author is BIPOC. Same thing for LGBTQIA+. If the author or representation in the book is LGBTQIA+, then you get 50 points. If you read a book that is part of a trope from a different team, you get 25 points. So if you are part of the Governess team, but you read a Cinderella book, you get 25 points because you're reading a different team's character. And then you get bonus points for any setting that is not based in England or Scotland. But this only counts for historical romance books. This doesn't apply to any book that is not historical romance. So if you're reading a contemporary romance and it's in Portugal, like it doesn't count because it's not a historical romance. I mentioned briefly that there is a giveaway. There will be 2 hardcover Joanna Lindsay's, 2 hardcover Julie Garwood's, and then as I mentioned, there will be a curated set of books as well that Crystal will be putting together. For now, the giveaways are only based between the US and Canada. Tariffs, so just it is what it is. So for now, Crystal is only doing Canada and the USA for the giveaways. If you are not from Canada or the USA, sorry, you're SOL. But if that changes, which it could change, there will be an announcement on Crystal's page for that. And then I hope I covered everything, but I think if you have any questions about anything, it'd be really, really good idea to check out Crystal's channel for her introduction to the Readathon and her instructions on everything. She obviously will do a much better job than I have possibly done in explaining everything. So check out her channel, check out her announcement video, and that way you've got a really clear idea of everything. Like I said, this is going to be really, really fun. I hope you join, and I am beyond excited. Like I said, this is my first readathon. This is my first time co-hosting anything, so I'm just giddy and really excited, and I'm so thankful to Crystal for asking me to join in on this. But yeah, if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments section below. As I mentioned before, I will be posting in the description box all of the links to everything, including the Discord link and the sign up sheet. And yeah, I think I've covered everything. If you have made it to the end of the video and you are interested, but you don't have any questions or any comments that you need to leave, go ahead and leave me a tree emoji, and I will see you in the next video, which should hopefully be my March wrap up, which I just realized I still have not done. But I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.